All right, we're rolling in 3, 2. I am joined by my beautiful girlfriend, Kaley Weldon. Kaley, you spent the summer in Hong Kong, and I wanted to ask you a few questions about that to share with the audience.
Yeah.
What was the biggest challenge living in Hong Kong?
My biggest challenge living in Hong Kong was I was there alone. I got to stay in my sister's flat, and I was watching her dog, but it was really lonely to be in a foreign country in a huge city all by yourself trying to figure it out. So my biggest challenge, everything else I thought was really easy, but just the fact that it was a month and a half of just being alone.
What do you miss most about Hong Kong now that you're back in the States?
How easy it was to get around, and how safe I felt there. I was able to walk the dog, her name is Bindi. I was able to walk her at 1 a.m. just around the block, and I knew there were people there and people outside, and I felt completely safe. And then it was so easy to get around because everything was so efficient. The MTR system, underground, that's the subway, and then the bus systems, everything was connected to Google Maps, and it would tell me, oh, the bus will arrive in 2 minutes, and it was always right, and it was able to help me get around really easy.
Is there a favorite food or restaurant that you miss the most after leaving Hong Kong?
Not that I miss their food. It's really good. It was really, really good. I loved weird desserts like bubble waffles, which is like now coming to America. But I was able to have a chocolate chip bubble waffle with like ice cream, and that was really interesting. And then if you've ever heard of Peking duck, it's roasted duck, and like I can't explain that one because it was my sister who actually showed me how to eat that. And it, like, the way it was, like, you just eat it on a piece of bread with, like, some weird sauce, and it was just really different, and it tasted so good, like, I didn't want to be full. And so I guess that's something I would miss now, is I didn't want to be done eating that.
What was the difference in entertainment that you noticed when you were in Hong Kong?
Well, I used Netflix in Hong Kong, except for Hong Kong Netflix is different than American Netflix, so that's what I would do. And they had just a lot of different shows, a lot more variety, I guess. It was a lot of things that usually you wouldn't expect. A lot of older TV shows, like older American shows were on it, like Seinfeld. I don't think that's on Netflix anymore. Other than that, I didn't really pay attention to, like, the local entertainment. I don't know what Hong Kong uses for Netflix, like, they have an entirely different service that we don't know about. I wasn't able to Google that, figure that out.
And in our country today, there's a lot of controversy around politics, but when you got away from that, what was something that you noticed there, but may have been different from here in a political standpoint compared from Hong Kong to the U.S.?
2 things come to mind for that. The first being that in the States, wherever you drive, you see signs everywhere saying, like, vote for this guy, like, this, do this, just, like, supportive signs. And in Hong Kong, you don't see that. Well, at least I didn't. And I went pretty far around the city. I wasn't seeing anything, at least that I recognized. Again, at the same point, because what I'm used to in America is, like, it's red or it's blue, and it says a name with, like, a star on it or a flag. And in Hong Kong, it could be completely different because they do have a multi-party system. My second one would be the first time I went to Hong Kong, they were doing rallies just in certain parts of the city because the Chinese government was trying to infiltrate Hong Kong government. And they had a treaty for the past 50 years that said, we will do our own thing, and China can't come in and infiltrate that in any way. And then they were trying to do that. I think it was 5 years early. So everyone in Hong Kong was pretty upset about that. But I didn't get too close to the rallies. It was all over the news, and, like, there was a bunch of articles about it, but I wasn't able to get close to that. So I think those were only my 2 political differences.
Thank you so much, Kaley.